of course, we all want to do good things. Of course, we all want to support different causes and missions. I think it is hard for people to find out which are the ones they should be supporting and why. Or maybe
Yeah.
they read something and on the surface it just doesn't feel like the right one, so they move on. To me, there was no question, and Karin and I always talk about some of our early discussions about AMH, how cool it was for us as a couple to be so excited and aligned on supporting the same opportunity. So from my perspective, it is very unique. And I would almost argue there aren't many organizations out there. And I think that's some of the issue with why, B2B SaaS companies and founders and, leadership teams struggle with identifying the right cause, because different perspectives and different thoughts on which types of organizations to support. I think the beauty of AMH is for those that are passionate about women's rights, as an example, why Karin and I specifically originally, got involved in what really drew us in before we learned about the broader work that's being done. And it's all great, but that's special and that is unique. And I think it is something that I hope more and more, again, founders and leadership teams identify opportunities, whether it's, and we would love that, AMH, or whether it is additional organizations like that. Because what I look back and think about is, I did look around at different organizations and I had that same effect of, I like this a lot, it's good, but I'm sure there's something else out there. And I don't know, this might be too polarizing of a topic. There is no possible way for that to be the case with AMH. Would you agree?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. I also think you made a very important point earlier, which is, yeah, when people look at the world of charities, it's easy to say, because it's true, well, there's so many of them, how am I supposed to know which one to give to? Well, I say it's the same thing when you look at the world of investments, but investors don't give up. I mean, imagine if someone, say, a venture capital fund, I don't know, there's so many interesting companies that come. I don't know which one to pick. Like, how am I supposed to know? I mean,
Love
like,
that.
you'd never give that
Love
guy
that
money,
input.
right? I mean, it's like, yeah, but your job as an investor is to sort through all the opportunities and pick the best one. And our jobs as giver, and our should mean everybody, our jobs as giver is to sort through the universe of opportunities and to pick the best one. And then one could start with a category. One could say, I'm really passionate about serving education for the poor. Okay, pick the best one. I'm really passionate about healthcare for the poor. Okay, AMH. I mean, but you could say I'm passionate about a category, then pick the best one and do it with an ROI mindset. But you wouldn't say, like, I'm really passionate about education and then pick like the university with the biggest endowment you could find. You'd never do that. Like, you'd say, I'm passionate about education. Okay, like who needs to be educated the most? Well, poor kids who don't have the opportunities that wealthier kids have. Okay, how can I do that? Well, there are a lot of organizations, so find the best one. It's hard to do, but it's certainly no harder than picking a company in the stock market to invest in, or picking a company in the private markets to support. I mean, it's just allocation of capital. And because everyone wants capital, there are lots of opportunities to give it. So just pick the best one. But it's no harder or easier than it is in business. But people don't give up in business, but for some reason, some people give up in philanthropy.